Today we celebrate the inquisitive minds that questions the norms of our times, challenge conventions, and boldly push boundaries to discover new possibilities. To truly change the present, let's embody the essence of this moment. Hello everyone, I am Nitin Kadian and I will be the host for today's elimination round. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all our wonderful innovators to this elimination round of TUP 9.0. So get ready with your ideas for a fierce battle of brains because the winners of today will move forward to the regional finale of the most prestigious B School corporate competition in the country, the Ultimate Pitch Season 9. So let's get started. Be the now. At Reliance, we are all about embracing fresh ideas and fostering innovations. It's in our DNA, which is subsequently reflected in each of our businesses and social initiatives. The Ultimate Pitch was born out of this exact spirit. It is a platform for curious and innovative minds who want to break away and showcase their next big ideas to the world. This is the Ultimate Pitch Season 9, and let me tell you, it has been a journey like none other. We flagged off the competition physically in top 15 B schools across our country. At each of these institutes, we were met with enthralling audience. The insightful sessions led by our inspiring leaders were overtly captivating. But that was only the beginning. We then reached thousands of you through digital platforms and virtual events, making this contest a pan-India celebration of ideas and innovations. Now, with absolute delight, I want to show you all a sneak peek into our campus launches and launch premiere video. Wow, what a mesmerizing response TUP 9.0 has had this year. We have over 19,000 registrations, more than 1,500 ideas that were submitted, and we now move into the elimination round. We thank you all for making it such a memorable launch. TUP Season 9 definitely kicked off with a big bang. Enthusiastic innovators from all over the country registered to the battle for the grand prizes. Each one of the ideas submitted were unique, ambitious, and had a genuine intent of solving critical real world problems. Our evaluators worked round the clock to make sure that none of the submissions were unnoticed and shortlisted those ideas that had an extra edge over others. Those exceptional teams with remarkable ideas have qualified for the elimination round of the Ultimate Pitch competition. A very big round of congratulations to the top 90 teams who have made it to the elimination round. Kudos to you all. Let's now do a quick rundown of what's expected to happen today. I shall be calling upon teams' name. We will play their videos for 3 minutes on the screen. Then the teams will get 3 minutes to pitch their ideas to a jury. This will be followed by a 4 minutes quick question and answer session. We request the teams to keep an eye on the timer as well. Also, post each team's presentation, we will have a jury take a minute to score the team individually before we move on to the next team. Now, coming on to the parameters that you will be judged upon. You will be judged upon 5 parameters. Your ideas should be futuristic, they should be practical, scalable, they should challenge the conventional wisdom, and have a strong business case. Now, for the winners, The national winners will get a grand cash prize. We are also pleased to inform you that we have other rewards too. Elimination round winners and runner-ups receive a cash prize of 50,000 and 25,000 respectively, along with TUP merchandisers. National finalists get mentored by our CXOs and entrepreneurs of Reliance-owned startups, and all our national finalists will also bag a chance for the pre-placement interview opportunity with Reliance. So gear up and give it your best. But wait, what's the competition without a jury? We have two of the amazing top minds of Reliance with us today. They will be closely assessing your presentations, evaluating your ideas, and will provide their inputs at the end of your presentations. So meet our jury. It gives me immense pleasure to announce the jury for the elimination round. First of all, we have Mr. Tarun Jagga, who is currently heading Reliance Recron Polyester Staple Fiber SPU at Reliance Industries Limited. We also have Mr. Kalyan Gunashekharan, who is the Chief Merchandising Officer of Reliance FNL. He has over 30 years of experience in the retail industry. So, with this, let's get started. I would like to call upon the first team, Team India from Nasi Monji Institute of Management Studies, NMIMS Mumbai.
Hello everyone. In today's world, where fashion is more than just clothing, where it is an expression of one's identity, ignoring latest trends can impact our social image. Thus, we keep refreshing our wardrobes and time and again face the challenges of managing it. So we, Team India, bring before you a game-changing vision, Attire IQ, an innovation poised to revolutionize the fashion landscape. Attire IQ is not just an app, it is a strategic leap into the future of personalized fashion. Attire IQ not only organizes closets but also serves as the ultimate style companion. It has the potential to foster a deeper connection between brands and users, turning each customer interaction into a personalized fashion journey. So, what all will Attire IQ do? With Attire IQ, users can say goodbye to the frustration of forgetting about that hidden gem buried at the back of their closet, as now they can effortlessly scan and catalog their entire wardrobe. This app intelligently categorizes clothes based on color, style, and occasion, making it easier than ever to curate the perfect outfit for any mood or event. Not only this, it can also suggest the perfect accessories from a user's wardrobe and agio to complete their look, ensuring they step out with confidence every time. Now here is where the app takes it a step further. Users can receive notifications for garments that have been neglected for too long. Instead of letting them gather dust, they can consider selling them through our platform. Not only does this promote sustainability, but it also gives other users the opportunity to find and love pre-loved fashion. Attire IQ encourages responsible consumption by nudging users to give a second life to items they have outgrown, and thus becoming a sustainable and eco-friendly approach to fashion. But that's not all. Attire IQ goes beyond the conventional boundaries of fashion apps. It introduces augmented reality to create digital avatars of users, allowing them to virtually try on clothes from Agio and their own wardrobe. It will suggest users clothes based on their personal wardrobe and current fashion trends, thus improving connection between users and Agio. And the best part, Attire IQ is users' fashion oracle. It will constantly update them on latest trends in their favorite categories. It is not just a game changer, it is a wardrobe revolution. So let us define the future of fashion together with Attire IQ. Thank you for your time and we look forward to the exciting journey ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. For this idea, we did extensive research on the retail industry. Driven by a surge in online influence, augmented reality is reshaping the fashion retail landscape. According to Deloitte, 71% of consumers are more likely to shop using AR apps, and 40% are even willing to pay extra for this virtual try on experience. This shift extends to luxury, with a staggering 80% of luxury sales now influenced by digital channels. By 2025, 20% of the luxury sales will move online, providing brands with a prime opportunity for personalized engagement with new audiences. Noteworthy examples include Burberry, Adidas, and H&M, where Burberry integrated AR into online channels for 3D views on Google. Adidas introduced virtual footwear try-on in their 2019 iOS app, and H&M launched a virtual clothing line in 2022, exploring creative possibilities with AR. These industry leaders aren't just adapting, they are defining the future of fashion. And by leveraging the hidden potential of AR, considering the absence of direct competitors in the Indian market, seizing this untapped opportunity is a strategic move. So, hence, our application stands as a pioneering venture in a niche market. Attire IQ will provide value not only to the customers but also to the brands that it associates itself with. The virtual wardrobe will help users manage their existing collection and generate outfit suggestion based on mood, occasion, or weather. While suggesting outfits based on the existing wardrobe, Attire IQ will also show the users what is trending on partner platforms like Agio. This will nudge the users to buy through the platform, boosting average user time and user lifetime value. Additionally, it will leverage user engagement for sponsored content and targeted marketing. Thrifting will generate revenue through transaction fees and also foster a highly engaged community. The app will also create digital avatars of users, allowing virtual try ons of Agio products and outfit curation before purchase, ensuring a better fit. This will not only enhance user experience but also open up avenues for insight mobilization. Attire IQ can provide unparalleled insights to the brands, thus making it the go to platform for all major brands targeting Indian customers. It will also generate endless opportunities for future offerings where we can offer additional in app purchases, such as special filters or premium avatar customization options. We can onboard influencers to sell limited edition or exclusive items. Many more such features can be explored for future expansion, making Attire IQ a truly revolutionary platform that can completely change the way users look at their online shopping experiences. Thank you.
Is it open for the questions?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you, Arman. No, I think it's very well explained overall. I have a couple of questions. One is when you're looking at users' wardrobe, right, and looking at recommendations out of users' wardrobe, and you can do a lot with AI there. How do you think that this is actually going to be more practical for selling newer product category when you're saying like, and also futuristic trends to the consumer when you're actually telling that you'll be able to do it? How do you think that that can be done?
So I would like to take this question, sir.
Yes, please.
Uh, so, what we are planning to do with Attire IQ is that once the users scan their wardrobe, they scan their pieces onto the platform. They'll have kind of combinations where they can choose what exactly are they trying to buy. Now, when we see apps, existing platforms like Agio, like Myntra, and all, they already have these features built in, which means we have the technology to kind of suggest similar products through tagging and all. So there exists that technology where we can do that. Now we are using our users, the users of the application, to tag their pieces while they are scanning their wardrobe. So at that time, they'll be tagging their pieces, and we'll use that information to suggest newer trends, for example, new launches on the platforms that we are partnering with. So, for example, we wanted to take example of Agio here. That was our primary focus. So, we would want to connect this with Agio, where all the new launches in Agio will be showed over there. So people can see what all are trending in that particular category. Let's say we are talking about casual and all. So that is how it will work. And so while they are trying to look at what all options they have to wear, they'll have a sidebar which will reflect these are other options that are there on the platform, and they can probably consider that's a nudge, a gentle nudge for them to go and buy new products.
Okay. And typically, uh, from a business point of view in an online, you look at actually selling in newer trends, and typically going through an older wardrobe of a consumer and looking at selling newer fashion and recommending might not be many a times in online people shop based on occasion rather than what they already have, and because they're looking at also, that's why you see a lot of interest in people doing a virtual search with Pinterest and Insta for people to say, look like this, right? And looking at the individual wardrobe might not be an answer, is something that it will be a little too far, might not address the full problem of what the consumer would actually look into. That's my thought. And the second thing that I just wanted to say is the preloved fashion idea was excellent. I think it's a very good idea. The virtual trial room doesn't seem to be any different to what it's been there in the industry, right? It's an implementation of what is not there right now, in maybe in the platform, but doesn't seem to be anything different to what is available. So why would this be? What's good in this over uh, other virtual try-ons that's available?
So, what we were planning with this virtual try-on is, so first of all, we're trying to generate value not just for the users of the platform, but for the brands as well that are going to collaborate with us. So I'll go through all of them. So for user, it is not just about trying. For example, if I have some products and I want to mix and match, I can try that on my digital avatar. But at the same time, if let's say again you talked about occasion, so that is also one of the most important points in our presentation as well, that we are going to include occasion in our shortlisting criteria and all, so people will get suggestions based on occasion as well. And here people will go through newer products that are there on RGO. If let's say they are searching on RGO and they want to try that on, so there'll be an integration over there, and they'll be able to try that on their virtual avatar that they have created using this application. They'll see that dress as to how exactly is it looking and all, and we have industry reports that stated how it has improved brands' return rates. It has significantly reduced that brand return rates for the various things. And apart from that, like what we are offering to the brands is also invaluable insights. So there'll be a lot of things that brands can come up. For example, there are certain styles for which, let's say, length of the product is a problem. So Indian body shapes are different. For example, this is something that we talk about very often in the industry, that the Indian body shape is very different the uh, uh, from that of women from maybe Western countries. So that those kind of insights, though they are still being kind of integrated through other channels, it's not that effective, because here the brands are going to get their insight from the exact target group that is going to buy from them. So that is why these insights will be very helpful for the brands. And for the experience part of view, I think I would like to invite Khushi for to take this up further. Khushi, would you like to add something?
Also, sir, we did some research on what other brands are doing. So there we found that no significant brand has come up with a virtual try-on. The try-ons that people have tried are like there was this campaign launched by a brand called Lily, where they did the virtual fitting room in non-store locations. So this was, people have done this, used augmented reality as a campaign instead of having a complete app for it. In India, only Lenskart has tried implementing augmented reality in their app. So that's why we feel that for the Indian market, uh, bringing in augmented reality for fashion as well can bring a lot of value for the platform as well as for brands.
Okay,
Adding on
got
to
it.
that, okay.
Yeah, go on. Go on.
So just adding on to that, it's not just about what we are offering right now. It is more about what all future possibilities we have with this technology developing. We have seen H&M launching digital-only products and all, and this is not going to stop with one brand. This is going to come up very strongly again, and other brands are going to take this up. Now, instead of launching their own, I mean, creating their own infrastructure and everything for such initiatives or maybe promotional campaigns, brands would like to look at a platform that is already established itself, that has a lot of uh, kind of user base. They would like to collaborate with them, and that is the kind of potential that we want to tap into, because there's nobody, literally nobody in India that is doing this with this much of sophistication.
Okay, I think over to Mr. Tarun, and then
Hi, thanks, Kalyan. Hi, everyone. Nice pitch, nice idea, really innovative. But as mentioned by Kalyan also, this is talking about cataloging the one's wardrobe. It's not that futuristic. In a way, if I'm in a luxury play, right? If I'm a guy who looks forward to use the luxury items, be it clothing, be it anything else, I'll be more looking at the fashion trends that are coming up, right? Now, the color of the attire or the color for the year would be dependent on the fashion industry, and this would be taken up by the brands much earlier than any independent app user or app creator can do that. So my two questions. One is we are addressing a very small problem, which in my view is that's not a problem at all. The guys who are fashionista, right? Second is the scalability of this idea, and third part is commercial implementation and how we are going to take on the competition. As you mentioned, this is all about H&M, and all other luxury brands would be launching their own website or their own virtual uh, show. How we intend to take it on? It's highly impossible. And the brands will have their own brand recall value, uh, credibility, much more than any independent app. So, your views, please.
So I'll start by addressing the last question first, and then maybe Kushi and others can pitch in. So for the part that you said that other brands are going to build it, so it's not like for a fashion brand that wants to excel in creating products, wouldn't want to basically launch and completely focus. I mean, this is something that we can pitch ourselves as. We are experts in delivering this value. You don't have to uh, uh, think about creating a platform where, and you are creating digital avatars and all, and making people try your digital products. That part we can handle for you. You just create your products, launch with us, collaborate with us. We'll give you that particular value. So that is basically what we are trying to, because if had it been that easy, many other brands would have done this already. The fact that not everyone has taken it up till now is somewhere because people still want to focus more on the product side rather than focusing completely on this kind of experience, digital experience. If they have people, trusted partners with whom they can collaborate for such experiences, they would like to do so. This is what we have come up with.
Okay, okay. Only thing is connecting with the consumers, and that
yeah.
too we are looking at a very evolved kind of a clientele. When we are talking of luxury brands or the luxury or the guys who are already there and looking for luxury clothing and all everything, perhaps we are talking of a very evolved kind of a clientele and very limited clientele. Perhaps they don't see this as a problem at all, where they need this kind of digital experience. My point was this. That's how the scalability of this idea and commercial implementation across all the brands, or you say creating this that kind of a buzz with the retailers or the consumers itself could be a big activity.
Uh, Absolutely, sir. So we had actually looked at the reports that were released by Deloitte and McKinsey, and it was according to their reports, especially, I think, if I'm not wrong, it was McKinsey's report that said that uh, more than 80% users are going to be more likely to buy luxury products uh, that have AR in the like incorporated into the experience of buying. So, yes, it is not a problem. Of course, it's not a problem for them. But it is kind of an added experience which customers do value. This is based on what industry reports say. Uh, so, that is what I wanted to just put up over here.
January, just
Okay.
I'll take this point. I think luxury as part of the business in India and fashion is still nowhere compared to any international market, right? So it's we are seeing decimals in terms of what a luxury market in India is, and that too, luxury in online is even more. It's very minute, right? Therefore, we're looking at when we're talking about scalability, we're also talking about what does this solve for a largest customer base. It becomes very niche, and that's what Mr. Tarun was also mentioning. Number one. Number two, on this particular point that you also had brought in, slightly related to reduction of returns, right? Um, Typically, in any of the virtual platforms that has happened today, there's no evidence of reducing returns because India does not have a standard specs, and none of the brands follow a standard spec. And that's the reason that what you're mentioning is the problem statement is a little more deeper, because we are not a market which is evolved where the size standardizations have actually happened. By giving it a technology to look the way it can, it's very deceptive, and it's not actually what is actually giving results at present. So um, the thought has to go a little more deeper to understand the real problem statement. I think the approach
No.
from all of you had been quite interesting. No, but I think a little bit more nuances have to gotten to get into the data that you're looking at. Okay, you were saying something, Kashi?
So I was just saying that the point that Janvi put up, where she said that the amount of returns would reduce, was because of the research we did about there is this brand called Zalando, which had also tried to implement augmented reality for as a pilot launch. They tested it with 30,000 customers and with only one brand, Puma, and they saw that the amount of returns reduced by 10%. So that's why we believe that in India as well, the returns would reduce. Secondly, the point that you said that India does not have a standard sizing kind of a standard sizing in all the brands. That is very true. But this is something which we believe that even though there are no standard sizes of S, M, and L, but there are still you can still tell what the size of the garment is by the chest size and by the shoulder size or by the waist size, and that is what the augmented reality will use when it is trying to showcase those garments on your virtual avatar, which will try to tell you how the garment will look on you. Again, this was something that we did a research where we found that about from the Harvard Review research, we found that about 18%, 19% people are more likely to purchase items if they can first view it virtually and try it on, see what it will look on their body. So the whole idea that we had with this application was that because we know that Indian body structure, body size, and body is very different from the Western countries. So augmented reality will give us an opportunity to analyze what the body type is in India, and we can see the clothing that the brands are pitching in on those bodies. As also the point that you said that luxury market is very niche and is very limited on the online platforms. So again, the idea here is to first implement it on uh, for the mass market, and then because reports say that luxury market is also going digital, this is something that we believe that can be a future expansion point for our application to incorporate luxury as well on the platform. Like we mentioned about the brand Burberry, they like they used AR in a very different way. They tried to showcase their products in a 3D view to the consumer so that they can see what the product is like, what the size of the product is like, so that if they are buying online, they can analyze the product much better and then make the purchase. So that's why we included luxury in our presentation, because we believe luxury is also moving towards digital, but our primary focus is still on mass market, and then as an expansion point we can move into the luxury segments as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank
thanks
you, sir.
everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Team India. That was an extremely insightful presentation and a brilliant take on how to bring water revolution. Moving on, we are now ready for our next team. And with that, I would like to call upon Team Tango Charlie from Indian Institute of Management, Trichy.
Hello everyone, my name is Vaibhav Singh and I am from IM3G. Today we are going to present a product called DraftSheet and with the group Tango Charlie. So let us talk about a product. So we can see a normal shopping mall in a tier one city with a lot of people. It can be a weekend, and we can see that normal situation will be like a lot of queues or long queues with people standing in with a lot of items and standing for their chance to just check out. But they are not able to do that in a fast, convenient way. And in order to cater that kind of people, shopping mall have to install a lot of POS systems, which is a huge cost on their part. And also they have to hire a lot of people to cater that kind of people to run that POS systems. But if we talk about some surveys, there are 25% of the people who only likes to wait like 2 minutes or more than that, not more than that. 73% of the people abandoned their purchase if they had to wait on a queue for more than 5 minutes. And 74% would like to shift to the competitor if they had a better option in just saving time. And 70% of them will never return, which is a huge thing for a company like a shopping mall. And the survey also says that 83% of the shoppers need fast moving queues and 50% of them need new alternatives. And there's a big loss for the company. So, what is the solution? So, if we talk about, we have RapSheet. So, RapSheet is a portable POS system or a scanner that is attached to any basket or cart. Each customer can scan their product and buy themselves. This will save a lot of money spent on an extra computer or a bigger POS systems and the human resources required to operate them. It will look something like this. It will portably attach to any card in any kind of store. There's a separate model or a bigger pro version of it where if you buy something, it will show the alternative version or any additional product that you can buy if you're buying that kind of product. And that these are the target markets. And if you talk about like the number of counters will be lesser, faster journey for a customer. And here's an assumption: like if we talk about a normal Mumbai store, 100 workers, the annual cost will be 4 crores and 20 lakhs. But if we talk about after installing this PO kit, it will be like 3 crores and around 5 lakhs, which is like saving almost 1 crore and 15 lakhs here only. And the additional benefit will be reducing checkout time for the customer, reducing employee thief, increasing efficiency and accuracy in product scanning, improve customer experience and satisfaction. And these are the valuation. We have taken considerable growth of 5%, and the expenses will be like 60% of the total revenue. A depreciation will be like 3 to 5% only. So this is a model. I hope you like it, and I'll explain it in a better way. Uh,
Hello. Uh, can you hear me? Okay. So hello everyone. We are the team Tango Charlie from IM3G. So today we are with a product called RapSheet. So as we have seen in the video that this is a product, and the problem that we are facing is in the shopping mall in tier 1 tier 2 cities that increasing in the footfall, and it is going to increase in the near future. For example, if I talk about Lulu Mall is going to face 70 to 80% footfall increase in by 2030, which is a big thing. And they're not able to cater that kind of audience because they have to scan each and every product by themselves, which is a time consuming process. So in order to cater that kind of problem, the only solution that they have is to increase the POS system and also increase the working force, which is a big expense for them. So in order to cater that kind of problem, here we are with a product called RapSheet. So the product idea is it is providing cost effective portable POS scanners that can attach to any card or any basket, and people can directly scan their products. It will have two buttons, green and red, and green is a default. So if anybody puts their product in the basket, it will automatically scan it and they show the price for that kind of product. And if they want to remove any kind of product, they have to press the red button and remove the product from the basket. These are the target market: Walmart, Trends, D-Mart, Decathlon, and Reliance Retail. The customer journey will be like, for example, the changes will be from the card selection, self scanning, and the card checkout. By this we can see the reducing the time by they can reduce the time effectiveness. We have taken example, for example, in a shopping mall in Mumbai, where we can see that it is saving time almost around 1 crore and 15 lakhs, which is a big thing for them. We have two versions, for one for 5,000 rupees, one for 8,000 rupees. We have created a proper roadmap for this. For example, phase one, phase two, phase three, and phase four. First one will be like making sure the lead generation, trial and education. We'll go to different fairs, expos, and exhibitions, and then free trials and demos. Then we'll create a website so that it is we can improve our communication, partnership with our Reliance, the retailers, and also making sure that the sales team are trained, because they are the ones who are going to cater to the market. They are, because the first experience has to be the best so that people will adopt it, and then the retail their expansion, we have to do our R&D so that we have edge in this market. So these are the financials, because we are getting a considerable amount, because we are only about to sell 1,000 products, and these are the valuation. The expense will be around 60% of our total revenue. Depreciation is 3%, just because we are not able to we don't have that much
Vaibhav, time's
costs.
up. We can go ahead.
Okay, we are open for questions now. Thank you.
Okay. A lot of data to consume very quickly, to be very honest.
I'm so
So
sorry.
yeah, no problem. I think, but getting a gist, I'm going first. Uh, so first question that I have is, in retail, I think while you're addressing a problem of queuing happens because the customer finds the brand to be a lot more offering better value to the consumer than the competitor, right? Otherwise, there's no queuing. They don't actually go to the same store, and when you're getting it cheaper, the consumer is taking a compromise on certain thing, and then giving um, a better experience is actually the choice, right? And to an extent of it's valued at a balancing, like what comes first, because you also have weekdays, weekends, and you also do understand that it peaks. There are peak days and low days, and therefore the investments go with that. Now, I'm not sure whether this is going to be very beneficial for retail formats where there it doesn't have across India is whether it's going to work. Number one. Number two is this is take say for an example the main area of what goes into the cart, because we're talking to people who are from all society, right? And we're talking about their education levels of what they need to select and what they need to deselect. And therefore when you're looking at articles, say for an example in terms of unbilled article, you're talking about a self checkout, if I'm not wrong, right? As an article, an unbilled article, how is the identification going to be, right? And today there's an RFID process already available, which also enables you a self checkout, and things have advanced that you don't have to actually even move into the cash counter, right? You can actually do your own kiosk and then get the things out. And there is PDAs available, so people don't have to do this. So how is this card going to be very different? And also eliminating 100% staff possibility. Employees, when you're saying, uh, I'm not sure what percentage you've taken on staff. You've taken 40% of staff out, is it?
No, sir. Like only 30%. And not taking out just because they can be used for different things.
But that's fine. So we're trying to actually look at it from a angle of how do we
Okay.
control shrinkage, right? And how
Okay.
do we control uh, losses to the organization, or loss, or even say for matter, lot many times these errors in these kind of systems are a lot more time consuming to cure rather than actually having a real time billing, right? Because then you're looking at redoing the entire process and rechecking it. So what is the solution that you have for it, and why is it different to an RFID or
Okay,
even
sir.
self checkout counters?
So first of all, sir, I would like to disagree on the one point that, because India is right now, people are becoming more impatient. People want something that it is quite fast. For example, if I talk about a survey, people like to 70% of the people like to go with a competitor just because of the time-consuming process, and 80% of them will never come back, because if they find it fast and effective, they will go to a different place, just because. Almost as if, for example, if I talk about the food grains and all of them are selling the same product. So it is all about just effectiveness of the product. And if I talk about this thing where we are not like eliminating the employment of the worker. What we are doing is we are introducing a product. The For example, the earlier 100 people were working on this in this checkout process. Now 70 people will be used for this, and the 30 people can be used for other things. And the space will be which will be minimized. Will be We can also increase our inventory, which will also boost the revenue for the shopping mall. That's we are saying. And also, for example, the two variants that I'm saying, for first of all, it is quite complex, as you're saying. First of all, green is a default thing, and we are also trying to move on. For example, this the thing that we have in a traffic signal where we can it will automatically scan. We will, on the gesture basis, will introduce in the near future. We are also discussing with our teammates that it will be based on a gesture process. For example, if the gesture is downward motion, it will automatically add in the inventory. And if the motion will be the upward motion, and only for that product which is already included in the inventory, that will be out of the inventory. So it will be very easy process. The thing is, India is also kind of a market where they like to experiment with new things. For example, any new technology comes up, they are the one who like to experiment with it. If they like it, they will make sure that they are making it habitual. If they don't like it, they will disregard it. So the only thing that that we thought is like to make sure take in consideration is to they make sure that we make sure that this product is they come up in the day-to-day uses of the customers.
Okay, over to Mr. Tulsi, please.
Okay, thanks. Two questions. One is, how do we pitch it, or how do we think when the online retailing is growing and it's expanding fast, right? So how do you think, and to assume this, the retail footfall will keep on increasing at the same rate what we had seen in last 10 years? Is it right proposition? Second, which has been already touched upon by Kalyan also, which is all about like consumer preferences. As a consumer, I would not prefer to do this select, deselect, and creating my own bill if I'm going to a retail out mall for an experience, right? Shopping experience. I will not, as a person, I will not like to. So, how many people would adapt to this technology willingly, right? They might use it sometime, they might not. And if it's not so friendly, they may completely dump it, and rather they will go to some other mall, which is much more convenient and is taking care of the ease of billing. So then again, the scalability and competition comes into the picture. So how do you propose to address these two parts?
Okay, sir. So in this, first of all, we can see that, for example, first of all, we had this perchune shops in India. People like to buy the shopper will they will tell the shopper that what kind of product they need, and the shopper will provide that kind of product. But we need that kind of experience where we can select. We are in control of any kind of thing or anything that we are buying. So we like that kind of a thing. So that's why the shopping mall comes up and they grow with a rapid thing. So right now, the thing that we are introducing is that people are in charge of like making sure that they what kind of product they are buying. For example, if they go with a pro thing, if they buy anything, they will show the recommendation what else you can buy, because inventory does not have only the thing that, for example, just the price. They have what kind of ingredients the product have, what is the weight of the product. So it is very easy for to rectify, like, for example, to rectify the things. For example, if they go to the checkout counter, they can easily rectify the weight by the way that if they are buying the right thing or not. And initially, yes, it will be a big thing. The thing that we are trying to do is to not totally replace the original thing. We're just introducing, for example, that's why in our evaluation we only took around in this one you can see only 200 of our products. For example, there are many cards. For example, 500 to 600 cards in a normal shopping mall. We are not totally replacing it. We're just introducing our for the customers who are willing. So our sales was also like make sure that they will also make sure that people are going with our products, because in our lead generation will show how easy it is to make sure that you are buying, and also it is making for the shopping malls, it is cost effective, faster for the customers. For example, if a person want to buy something very fast, and he wants to do everything very fast. So he will go to the store, he'll pick a card which is with our POS system, he'll just put everything and he can just self checkout and pay and go. If the customer wants to have some, for example, grocery cannot be scanned. So what the person can do is he can take a normal card, or he can take our card also. He can self select all the products that he can just he can scan, and the other grocery items he can do with the POS system in the checkout counter. So we are not totally replacing it, we are just adding a value to it, so that it makes it faster and effective, and also cost effective for the consumer. Because right now we can see that it is not that kind of a problem from a consumer point of view. But in the near future, when the tier 1 and tier 2 city will face a overpopulation kind of a problem, it will become a very huge problem. Because in weekends it is like it is overcrowded and people are not able to like get their products, and they like to avoid that kind of population or crowd, I guess.
Okay, but there are many solutions to that.
Yeah.
One of them is online itself, the delivery points, the smart points. Uh, you can have very small FDCs everywhere. Means all those can be taken care by the retailers themselves, because they are in the business to grow, right? They are their business to how do they
Exactly,
can
sir.
keep the consumer happy and can keep on growing their revenue.
Yes, if I talk about
So
Blinkit, all the new.
making a consumer to work
Yes, sir. For example, if I
would
talk about
always
Blinkit or all
be
the new
should
products.
always be a last preference.
Yes, sir. So you're totally right. So, for example, if I talk about Blinkit, all the new products that are coming up, they are making sure that people can buy everything online. But then also we can see people are coming from tier 3 and tier 4 cities to the new tier 1 and tier 2 cities. Tier 1 and tier 2 cities, they like to purchase things by their own. And if I talk about like we have all the things ready with us for right now 5 years, but then also people like to feel the things that they're buying, and they want to have some kind of a buying experience, the physical buying experience. So it is not like this that the online retail thing will totally replace the physical experience. There will be physical experience, so we have to make sure that the physical experience is improved. So this, and they don't have any alternative option. For example, the only alternative option they have is the Amazon have bring up is like the human-less stores, but it is very costly, because India needs a solution which is cost effective and working. So that problem is not cost effective, so India works on jugaad. So this is cost effective, because we have run a solution that our team knows how to build this kind of product. It is around 3 to 3,000 rupees. We are making sure it is around 5,000, because a normal card that a shopping mall has is around like 6,000 rupees, and 5,000 rupees per card is not a big thing. So it is like very cost effective for them, and also like cost effective in terms of like saving space and for the human resources as well.
Okay, thank you,
Thanks, Viva.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Ash.
Thank you so much, sir.
thank you,
Thank you,
thanks.
sir.
Thank you, Tango Charlie. That was an extremely insightful presentation. Now, let's allow our jury a minute to complete scoring of the previous two teams. While they make their assessment, let us have a fun game. We'll have an interesting trivia questions about Reliance. All you need to do is to try to guess the answer in the comment section. The first person to answer correctly gets an amazing TUP merchandise. Ready? So here we go. Wow, you have guessed it right. And the first one to answer it correctly was Prithvi. So please, Prithvi, reach out to us on our social media handle or support at the rate unstop.com to collect your merchandise gift. Now, moving on, we are now ready for our next team. I'll call upon the Fab Four from IIM Mumbai on the stage to present their video and their pitch.
Hi, we are Team Fab4 representing IIM Mumbai. We are going to present our ultimate pitch on revolutionizing food production with AI powered precision agriculture. The world's population is growing and the demand for food is increasing, but the traditional farming practices are unsustainable and inefficient. Droughts, floods, and pests threaten our food security while inefficient resource management harms the environment. Here's the solution: AI powered precision agriculture platforms. These platforms use advanced technology to revolutionize how we grow food. Farmers can access real time information about their crop, soil, weather. Precision agriculture leads to higher yields, reduced food waste, and a smaller environment footprint. Empowered farmers can increase their profits, improve their livelihoods, and contribute to a more sustainable food system. This technology has the potential to transform agriculture worldwide, ensuring a brighter future for our planet and its people.
Let us now look into the core competencies of an AI-powered precision agriculture platform. Data acquisition and integration. This platform gathers data from diverse sources including soil sensors, weather stations, satellite imagery, and farm machinery. AI-powered analytics and predictive modeling. Machine learning models are employed to optimize irrigation, fertilization, and pest control strategies, tailoring recommendations to specific field conditions and crop varieties. Real-time insights and decision support. Actionable recommendations are provided for irrigation scheduling, nutrition management, and pest control measures, ensuring optimal resource utilization and crop protection. Farm management and automation. We can automate tasks such as data collection, analysis, and reporting. So, moving on to benefits of an AI-powered precision agriculture platform: increased crop yield and reduced food waste. These practices lead to higher yields per acre, minimizing food waste and enhancing food security. Sustainable resource management. This helps in reducing water consumption and nutrition runoff and minimizing environmental impact. Improved economic outcomes. Farmers experience reduced cost, increased yields, and leading to improved profitability. And extra data-driven decision making and reduced reliance on pesticides.
Practicality and scalability. Technology advancements in AI, machine learning, and sensor technology enable the development of sophisticated agriculture platforms. Second one is cloud-based infrastructure. Cloud computing platforms provide scalability, storage capacity necessary to manage large volumes of agriculture data. Integration with existing systems. The platform can be integrated with existing farm management softwares. Now, let us see the business model. Farmer subscriptions, data analytics services, and precision agriculture consulting. This platform can be offered to farmers as a subscription model, providing access to AI. And then the platform can generate valuable data insights, and we can also provide consulting services for farmers, guiding them implementing agriculture practices. Thank you.
A very good afternoon, one and all. The team Fab4 representing IIM Mumbai is ready with their ultimate pitch. Our idea is to revolutionize food production with AI powered precision agriculture. Now, let's see and understand why we chose this industry and what AI has to do with farming. India's agriculture market is growing at a rapid rate and is the fifth largest in the world, valued at $400 billion. Shockingly, 40% of this crop is annually lost due to overusage of pesticides, fertilizers, etc., which made us think on how to improve the efficiency and the productivity for the better yields. Hence came the idea AI based precision agriculture. Now, my teammate Raviteja will continue with the pitch.
Well, thank you, Sweta. I will take from here on. Our organization offers two customized plans for the farmers. One, basic, second, and advanced. A basic plan that includes usage of multi-parameter sensors so that it can track soil and solar conditions as well as the crop status. And advanced, a advanced plan that provides an innovative crop monitoring using drones and also a real-time agronomic strategies as well as a ground-based image captures with deep learning processing. So ultimately, there would be a win-win situation for the organization and the farmers as well.
So hello. So I'm Vinit Kumar. So in this slide, we're talking about discuss about the business case. So we have separated the scope of service into broadly two types. One is basic. The another one is advanced. The basic costs around 500 rupees per annum, and the advanced cost 2,000 to 3,000 per annum. The goal is to convert all the basic users to advanced in the near future. On an average, for the first 1,000 acres, the estimated cost we are getting is around 1.25 crores, which includes the fixed one-time fixed costs such as software development and maintenance, etc. We got this number by averaging out the cost between basic and advanced packs, which includes the cost of equipment and others. Talking about the implementation, it will be done in a phase-wise setup and taking for the first 1,000 acres as a pilot phase and slowly expanding into and scaling to the new regions by the further business opportunities based on the business opportunities. In the long run, we can also minimize the cost by collaboration such as providing financing options for farmers via public banks to provide some collateral free loans, and also partnerships with the other business networks with the farmers, and also with bigger institutions such as Indian meteorological departments for to get the hourly data of atmospheric humidity and temperature and etc, such as. And also, to sum it up, this is our business case, and we live in a country that is mostly primarily agriculture based, and we have seen the extent of usage of AI and ML in the majority of the business sectors. But there is a huge, deep scope of penetration in agriculture industry as well. If we do it right, we can reap the benefits exponentially, and over the time we can probably hope to eradicate the hungry stomachs in the near future. And the floor is open for questions. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Tarun, would you like to go or?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Kalyan. Thank you. A really brilliant idea. Means it is addressing the issue, right?
Thank you.
Particularly for a country like us, where the agriculture reforms are very, very necessary. Only thing is, Vinith, you said, mention it absolutely right. If we do it right. Now, how do you think this is an implementable idea? Where literacy is an issue, right?
Exactly.
So this idea is absolutely wonderful idea for any organized farming, and I'm sure the organized farmers like Adani Farming and all, they are already into it. They are already doing this all activities of AI based. But how do I take it to the 80% or the 90% of the farmers who
Exactly, sir.
are, yeah, illiterate, who are absolutely poor, and they are completely dependent even to sell their crop onto the with the traders or the people who really fleece them, right? The farmer is not able to get the right value for their product itself. And now we are talking about adapting a technology which perhaps they will not even have any idea how to do it, how to use it. So, how do you think you can create that awareness first, educate them, and this solution can be implemented at the grassroots level?
That's a very nice question, Taran. Now, if I would like to answer that, we have seen some of the startups in this kind of regard, but not predominantly in India, but in some Singapore and other developed nations. See, the problem that they have faced, what we come to the conclusion is that it all totally depend upon four A's. One is awareness, affordability, adaptability, and accessibility. And awareness, because if we first we don't have to directly get into the farmers who have less than 1 acre or 2 acre land. People, if we approach the farmers who has at least 10 acres or 5 to 10 acres of land, it wouldn't be much a matter for them to pay some 2,000 to 3,000 as an annual subscription fees for the platform. If at all, if we can onboard those kind of customers across India, and through the word of mouth, if we can show the benefits by using our platform, if through the word of mouth and also extensive marketing campaigns, we can probably tap into bigger picture that is there in India. Yeah.
No, you are not touching the practical aspect of this. You are telling me that again the theory thing. You had said awareness, okay. You created that how? I really don't know. Affordability, you said you will target the clientele which can afford it. Fine, understood. Again, that's a more of organized farming than the unorganized or the smaller farmers, which will be constituting close to 70% of the total farming that we have in India. And adaptability and the implementation part is still missing. So that was again a theoretical thing. Did you have any pilot run? Did you do this pilot testing of your idea with any of the small farmer or anyone?
No, sir, due to the pauses of the time, and we couldn't able to do the pilot run test. But yeah, in theory, it is a very wonderful idea. But practically, we have seen some of the companies which are probably lacking in these kind of areas. Whether the scalability part, as we said, want to repeat it again once. That first, we want to tap to the customers who has at least a bit of an land to get the benefits out of a platform. That's how the approach will be. And scaling it to the newer regions will be focusing on the states like Punjab and others. They have very far lands of the crops and others. So if we can implement there, then it would be a example for it would set an example for entire Indian as a nation
So
as well.
the affluent and the richer farmer will become richer, right?
Actually, it is
I
not
would
about
like to
yeah.
add. I would like to add a point. So this is whatever Vineet has explained is in the pilot phase. So we have already mentioned in the slide that we are initially targeting some 1,000 acres of land where we will be targeting the landlords first, because there could be a situation like they have come out of their villages due to some occupation or education purposes, and there wouldn't be a problem to invest 2,000 to 3,000 for them annually. So we
Okay.
will use this as a testimonial and show the results to other farmers as well, because there is always a delicate dance between maximizing the profit and maintaining the soil health and decreasing the cost for the farmers. So this is where we'll run the pilot phase for 1 to 2 years and then show this results for the small farmers and then take up. And we would like to take the support of government initiatives as well. The government is providing subsidies for purchasing drones and sensors. So this is the plan, sir.
Okay,
Kalyan.
wonderful. Futuristic idea.
Well,
Yeah.
I also
Over
want
to
to
you, Mr. Kalyan.
like.
Yeah.
No, I think you asked all the questions that I actually had. No, but also, but it's an idea that can be actually built upon. No, with a lot of. But the base rule is basically testing on the ground, right? Beneath. No, Tarun asked the right thing, right? Because these ideas are at grassroots level, so it's very important to understand what the reality is. No, because it might be a nice pitch, but it's something which is to see like
No,
how implementable
yeah,
is a concept.
absolutely. Any one of you have been to a village or have ever interacted with a farmer,
Yes, sir.
be it
Sir,
a
We,
small or the larger one, doesn't matter.
yes, sir.
So where
Uh,
can you please share?
sir,
Can you please
myself,
just share the
Ravi.
psyche of a farmer? How do they think?
Ravi was trying to add something. Yeah, please
Yeah,
go ahead.
Ravi,
Sir, I would
please.
like to add a point here, sir. I'm myself from a village named Jagepeta from Andhra Pradesh. Adding to your question, you said how the thought process of a farmer will be. So we basically take the decisions based upon the institutions, and experiences. How the last year the plant is. So based upon that, we take the government bodies will give the suggestions of you can have this or add this rabi plant or this rice plant so that we will pay. But the main thing is, because of the more usage of the pesticides and fertilizers and water, there is also because of imprecise application of these pesticides and fertilizers, the yield recovery of the field or the land is also getting reduced. And and also add one point to the practical implementation, sir. So we would like to target the government, the local panchayats known as presidents. So whenever the rubbers happen in the villages for 15 or 30 days, then the results of one land will obviously, the mode of mouth, the results will go for. So in this way, the implementation phase we are planning.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
So thank you so much, the team Fab4. That was an extremely insightful presentation on AI-powered precision agriculture platform. Next, I would like to call upon our next team named Paneer Tikka with Pyaz from Xavier's Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar.
Reliance, India's engine of progress has always thrived on innovation. Today, we unveil a revolution in energy powered by a hidden treasure waste. Imagine unlocking the immense potential of compressed biogas or CBG, a clean fuel born from the Earth's abundance. India's energy needs are skyrocketing, estimated to grow by 5% annually. We face an energy challenge, but beneath our feet lies a colossal, untapped resource 600 million tons of organic waste, only 20% of which is currently treated. This isn't just a challenge, it's a colossal 550 million metric tons CBG potential by 2030 waiting to be unlocked.
Enter CBG, a renewable fuel derived from waste, offering a cleaner alternative to fossil fuels. Imagine a future powered by this green engine, a future where Reliance fuels India's growth by sustainable energy, not just gasoline. By 2030, the CBG trade volume is projected to reach 1,800 million ton, driving the market size of a staggering $1.5 billion. But we are not going to do it alone. Reliance envisions a win-win partnership with local communities, transforming waste management into a joint success story. We collaborate with local bodies, buying their waste, fueling CPG plant, and generating clean energy, thus contributing to India's reducing pollution targets. This isn't just about waste disposal. It's about creating a sustainable ecosystem where communities and Reliance thrive together.
CBG isn't just green, it's smart. Production costs are lower than traditional fuels, translating into significant savings. But the story doesn't end there. Reliance can sell CBG at our fuel station, generate grid connected power, potentially reaching 50 gigawatt by 2030, and even earn carbon credits to it. This isn't just cost effective, it's a recipe for sustainable profitability. Embracing CBG isn't just about business, it's about aligning with the values of a responsible corporate leader. By championing green energy, Reliance strengthens its commitment to sustainability, resonating with the customers and enhancing our brand image. This isn't just about profit, it's about leaving a legacy of environmental responsibility.
Beyond external partnerships, this green revolution lies within our own vast infrastructure. Imagine our agriculture estates transformed into self-sufficient CBG hubs, powering farm operations and nearby communities. Our refinery, too, can become a waste-to-energy powerhouse, reducing dependence on external sources and promoting circularity. This isn't just about external partnerships, it's about maximizing our own resource for green growth. CBG isn't just a city food, it's rural empowerment. By supplying clean energy to communities near our estates and refineries, we enhance their energy security and unlock development opportunities. CBG production creates green jobs in rural areas, boosting local economies and fostering social well-being. This isn't just about a fuel, it's about building a greener, more prosperous future for all. Together, let's fuel a legacy of environmental responsibility and empower a cleaner future powered by the green engine of CBG and Reliance.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, building on the momentum of our introductory video, I now want to delve deeper into the exciting opportunities presented by compressed biogas. As the video mentioned, the CBG trade volume is projected to reach 18,000 MT by 2030, generating a massive market size of $1.5 billion. The pollution category of CBG plants is presented in this table. CBG can replace CNG without any retrofitting requirements, and as a grid connected source, CBG can provide clean and reliable electricity, reducing dependence on fossil fuels. It also creates jobs and boosts local economies through waste management and strengthens energy security by reducing dependence on the foreign oil imports, which currently is at 46%.
Based on our research, cost generation is inversely proportional to the amount of energy generated, bringing it even lower than fossil and solar cost generation. Only strategic partnership can suffice to get the amount of waste we want by identifying states like UP, MP, and Maharashtra with abundance of schemes. We will be selling CBG through our fuel station and our own power grids. Company initiatives like technology convergence and the reverse logistic model are not only getting the waste down, but also giving us bonus carbon credits we want.
Moving ahead, so what is the phase? How will we going through it? In the acquisition phase, we'll try to partner with government agencies, municipal corporations, and waste management companies so that we can get a supply of raw material abundantly for our plants. We can also, for in the retention phase, we can also give loyalty points to our customers like the traditional fuel so that we can increase the adaptability and consumption of CBG as a fuel in our consumers. And the main focus, where do we get the revenue from? So we will try to price our fuel lower than the traditional fuel so that we can increase the adaptability consumption, and also we can earn money through carbon trading schemes by creating carbon credits through CBG production.
Talking about Reliance's capabilities, Reliance has 30 million plus customers in its electricity distribution business and 5,500 plus fuel stations across India. Thus, we have the capability to set up 100 to 500 tons per day capacity across India. We also generate 3 million ton plus organic waste through our own sources, which would help in the CBG production. The location, the plant size would be decided upon the feedstock availability, proximity to the existing infrastructure, and the transport logistics And we will base this on an AI and analytics model. Here are the competitors existing in the field. Moving on, I'll talk about the financials. We have planned a planned capacity of 100 tons per day in both the cases for electricity production based on CBG and selling CBG as auto fuel. We have presented two scenarios where the feedstock cost is lower and higher. We can see that the break even sales is at less than 2 years, which is a promising scenario for both in both the cases. Thus, CBG can unlock a potential that is yet to be unlocked. That's it from our side. Thank you. You can ask the questions.
Great. So idea is really good because it meets the dual objective of being energy sufficient, correct, as in India, which is always in deficit, and the kind of growth we are seeing in the future, becoming a 5 trillion economy, we need more and more of energy. At the same time, we'll be protecting the environment too. So idea is good. Only thing is, what is the uniqueness in this idea? This is known to the world. We have been using this alternative or renewable energy in a very informal way. If you go to any village, they have been using cow dung or any kind of biomass is available to generate energy in many ways, correct? That could not be electricity, won't be electricity, but yes, in a way, energy is being utilized even today. The 20% waste that we are talking about is a formal number. Informally, we are using much more waste than this, than the 20% of out of 600 million tons. Much more waste is being used to create the energy, right? Whatever form it may be, number one. Number two, now when we are talking about biomass availability is a big question mark. Reliance is already going in a big way on biomass, right? You guys might not be aware about this, but we are already there. Only challenge that I think is collecting the biomass from where you are going to get the fuel, the raw material for the fuel, which makes it's very unorganized and a fragmented industry. So that's the biggest challenge. Second is legislation or the regulation has to be there to adapt CBG or this biogases in many other applications, which is also requires a lot of canvassing with the government authorities, not only for the production but the usage of the gas also. So two questions. One is the implementability. This is going to be extremely decentralized or the fragmented depending on the fuel or the biomass availability, right? How do we tackle these two parts to make it really workable or practical solution? And someone has to tell me how this idea is unique. This idea has been floating around and is being already implementation stage by even the corporates or the small medium enterprises. Already this is being done. So what is the uniqueness of this idea?
So,
Sir.
So, starting forward with it, as you asked that, yes, we know that Reliance is going big way into this. They have set up few plants as well, demo plants basically. One is Baribanka in UP, and one was in their Jamnagar plant. But the main purpose, that uniqueness in this is that we are going for commercialization of this thing. Where earlier, what happens, the as you said in villages, we are doing this, but it's very low scale. So, and we are not using it in the purpose of commercialization. Like the CNG fuel stations are there. So we wanted to commercialize CBG in CNG fuel stations so that the consumers can use much and much of these fuels.
Adding to that, now talking about sourcing, so we can partner with farmer cooperatives. Stubble paddy straw is a great raw material for as a biomass. Now we know there are a lot of farmer collectives on the northern side of the country, Punjab, UP, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh. These farmer collectives could be activated to gather the raw material. Apart from that, municipal corporations, local bodies, they already deal with a lot of waste in urban centers. So directing those waste towards us would be easier for them, would be profitable for them, and it would providing us the raw material would be profitable for us. It's a win-win situation for both. And talking about how government legislation upon this is there, there was an announcement in the budget 2023 session where government has announced that it would be mandating 5% CBG in CNG sales. So I think the legislation is Here, it's a matter of time, of a few time where we have the legislative support as well. We have policy support. Government have plethora of schemes for it, both at central and the state level. We would soon get the legislative support as well.
Adding on to that, so based on the sourcing part, we have a Napier plant which can be harvested 5-6 times annually and can grow up to 10 to 15 feet. We don't need to rely totally on waste. While Napier plant efficiency is good, we can add the waste to it, which we collect from the different sources, and it will also increase the efficiency.
Okay. Okay. Understood. Good. Over to you, Mr. Kalyan.
No, I think it's a very good idea, and I was also looking at it from an idea which has actually been there in the market before. It's all about scale, and it's about how you get into a scale, and without having the registration come into picture, whether without having the government aid in doing this. No, I think the thought process has been quite satisfactory in what we hear from you guys. No, and yeah, what do you think is going to be the scalability, overall size, and consumption of this?
Yeah.
What are you targeting the size and consumption overall in terms of when you move from a CNG to CBG?
So in urban centers where there is distribution presence by Reliance, we could use CBG. We could use CBG as a grid connected electricity source, and there we could expect. In the financials, I have planned for. Give me a second. In the financials, I have planned for plant capacity using the whole plant capacity of 100 tons per day into electricity consumption, and this could be used to sell electricity. Apart from that, the 100 tons per day capacity could be could be transported to urban centers where CNG consumption is high. So, for example, in Delhi, where there are a lot of public transports moving on CNG, they could be targeted using CBG, and thus we could get a huge scale in a short matter of span.
And
okay, yeah, have you done a scale for five years and above? What's the time period that you've done a scale? I think you've done a break even for in the year 2, right? In terms of your working.
Yes, sir.
And okay. Basically, the government's like
yeah. Sorry, please go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, the government scheme like the SATAT scheme, where they are sustainable towards affordable transportation, they are going towards greener transportation. So these are the schemes coming up for this, and we can leverage these.
Also, so like UP has one of the most raw material for the biomass production, and government of UP is also implemented the scheme where they are providing the land at the rate rupees 1 per acre, and they are providing free electricity for 10 years. So there are many things which are in the favor of biomass, and it can be capitalized on. We can capitalize on the same.
Okay, so here you are mentioning electricity selling price is 77 rupees per megawatt hour. How does it stand or stack against the conventional electricity that we have or grid power?
Sorry, sir, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so here you are saying electricity selling price would be 77 rupees per megawatt hour, right? So how does it stack against the grid power rate? Any analysis?
Per unit. So per unit cost on traditional fossil fuel based today in today's fossil fuel based averages at around 7.8 to 7.9 rupees, depending on the 7.8 to even 10 to 12 rupees, depending on the location, which state it is located at, and depending on the purpose of the use. So residential uses are generally cheaper, and industrial uses are generally higher. Uh, uh, Comparing this with the fossil fuel, we are getting a per unit charge of around 7.5 rupees, which I think which I think is fairly profitable from the consumer's point of view as well.
Also, so if we are producing the energy in kilowatts, we are getting that biomass cost generation is higher. But when we are going into 50 megatons or 100 megatons, we are seeing that it is getting down from the higher cost to even lower than the solar as well as the fossil fuel generation.
So what is the optimum size of a plant? Is 100 ton per day is optimum?
Sir, it would depend on the location. I would say 100 tons
No,
per day
let's say the
would,
grid power. Let's say the grid power average price is 8 rupees per unit.
sir. Uh,
In that
in
case,
that
what would
case,
be the
sir,
optimum? Yeah, because yeah.
sir, in that case, 100 ton would be the optimum, sir. Uh, a size larger than that would require higher, much larger electrical expenses. Lower than that, we may not get the economies of scale.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great.
All
Thanks
right.
a lot.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you.
So thank you, Team Panitika with Pyaz. That was a great presentation on an amazing idea connected with compressed biogas, controlling pollutions, and at the same time ensuring sustainability. Next, I would like to call upon the team Solitude Solo from Xavier's Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar.
Hello, I'm Sham Somani from XIMB. So, expanding on my previous idea, the product was Reliance Agritech, growing farms of the future. Imagine fields overflowing with super crops, stronger than droughts, smarter than pests, packed with vitamins. Imagine robots helping farmers like tireless friends, planting, weeding, harvesting. Imagine food, fresh and healthy, grown right in our cities, reaching tables straight from the farm. This isn't a dream, it's the plan of Reliance Agritech, growing bigger, smarter, and kinder. Forget giant chemical guzzlers. We are giving crops nature superpowers. Imagine potatoes filled with protein, rice bursting with vitamins, and think sky high gardens powered by smarts blooming year round, rain and shine. But growing more isn't the only game. We are making farms like brains. Robots do the dirty work. Satellite whisper weather secrets, and computer predict farmers so farmers know how to plant and where to sell. Blockchain, like a digital handshake, tracks every seed, guaranteeing food travels from the farm to fork with a clean conscience. This isn't just about a fancy tech, it's about healing the earth. We teach farmers to whisper love to the soil, making it strong and healthy, soaking up carbon like a magic sponge. We connect farms and villages, cutting out middlemen, so farmers keep more of their hard-earned cash. This isn't a distant dream, it's starting right now, step by step. We are working with farmers, sharing affordable tools, making data sinks its wisdom. Every farm, big or small, can join the party. With Reliance Agritech, we are not just growing crops, we are growing hope. We are making farmers heroes, communities stronger, and our planet a better, kinder. Join us, grow in this future. Let's build a world where every field whispers abundance, every farmer finds success, and every table overflows with food growing with love. Thank you.
Hello, all. I am here with the vision that every Indian farm flourishes, every Indian farmers feel empowered, and the food security is unshakable. So, the Indian agriculture sector is dealing with low yields, low farmer incomes, and other issues. So, I am here with my innovative product technology known as Reliance Agritech Growing Farms of the Future, in which we will be helping with the AI, blockchain, and other cutting edge technology to introduce our farms for a better future. So, so giving on the next slide, my futuristic solutions are: first, the crops engineering to be a provide enhanced nutrition resistant to drought and immunization against pests, ensuring the increased yields and improved crop quality. Second, we would be focusing on AI powered farming, so the robot do the dirty work, in which they would be doing harvesting, seeding, plowing, etc. And also the precision and the speed would be very good, as we use robots in the AI powered farming. Vertical farms, in this we can use less water, and and also the land is wasted less. Agri waste refineries, in which the waste conversion will lead to reduce environmental pollutions. Also the blockchain technology, in which the transparency is at the core of our operations, and food can be traced from the farms to your plates. Also, it will help in the fair practices of traceability and responsible sourcing of agricultural resources. Scalability and business case call to action. our product is very scalable. We will be launching it phase wise, and we will be on the way from the data we'll be learning, and also it has a strong business case. We would be acquiring by subscription of farmers, and also Reliance Agritechs aim to build decentralized food networks and promote farmer ownership models. And we have a huge call to action in which we can invite all of you for being the part of this innovative idea. And calling to the future growth and expansion, we would be expanding globally also, with entering new markets, and the impact would be very huge, and the research and also the innovation capabilities would be much higher. Thank you.
Oh, so it's Sham. It's a really solitude solo, huh? There's no one else except you.
Yes, sir.
So,
Hello.
but anyways, nice narrative. Honestly, very poetic, very purposeful. The
Thank you,
initial
sir.
part, I'm saying the 1 minute pitch. But to be honest, I've not even understood what you intend to do. What is the solution or the product that you are offering to?
Sir, in the product
So there are
I
so many
am.
things that you said. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
So what is the USP of the entire idea?
So the USP of the entire this idea is that I will be using the robots and AI and blockchain advanced, all these tech in our product, and with all the usage of this product, I will be helping farmers and the farms for a good crop yield. So
Oh,
I
Uh,
using robots, etc. Like it is a like a vision or a distant dream, but it is my idea of how the future of farming would be like.
no, that's very good. If I go with the purpose and the idea, absolutely brilliant idea. Only thing is scalability, commercial aspect of this, implementability. So the
Yes, sir.
practical part of this is completely missing.
Hmm.
How many robots do you need? What is the
Yes, sir.
clientele whom you want to target? What is the problem that you are trying to address? You have explained it nicely. Solutions are good, but how? The mechanics to do it, and what would
Yes, sir.
it will lead to tangibly. So,
So,
what are
sir,
going to be tangible
the
results?
sir, in the future, like if I have the team, and if I build a team with the all the products and all of the technology, so I will be able to scale this idea further, and it would be helpful if I got uh, uh, support from big companies, etc. in this.
Okay, Sham. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Kalyan.
yeah. Sham, I think it's uh, too much in the scratch right now. No, I think it's because I also had the same feel. By we thought you're still yet more to actually showcase something to us. No, because
Yes,
we were
sir.
looking at this and trying to actually see what you're trying to actually conclude, right? Because it was very narrative. It was very too far away from the floor to for us to actually even catch up saying like what your idea is, because it's very generic. No,
Okay.
we are talking about practicality. We're talking about usability, and we are saying also looking at how good is it functional, right? Because when you're talking about robotics, we also would like to understand what's the implementation and where are you implementing it, and whether it's going to be affordable. There's a lot more things that we need to actually look into it.
Yes, sir.
From understanding what's happening today and how is it going to change tomorrow, right? Because we also going to see what is the real use case and what are you trying to actually address. Because that is not coming in, because it is more looking like an outlayer of what you're actually thinking. Would surely need a lot of groundwork, and also like
Of
in
course,
the
sir.
other part is this idea needs more people from, as you rightly said, you
More
need more
people,
people
yeah.
to actually buy
Teamwork.
into the
Yeah.
idea, so that you get a lot more things for you to get bounced on, right?
Right, sir.
So yeah, I think for now I would actually say like we have a lot of work to do. No, I
Yes,
think
sir.
concept has actually been, to be very honest, it's been heard, it's been said by many people, but then this is just a concept that's been already heard. So you just need to actually work on this a lot more to see like how practical it is.
Okay, sir. I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sham.
Thanks, Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you, team Solitude Solar, for the great presentation. Now, before we move on, let's allow our jury a minute to complete scoring of the previous teams. And while they make their assessments, let us have some fun. We'll have an interesting trivia question about Reliance. All you need to do is try to guess the answer in the comment section. And again, the first person to answer it correctly will get an amazing TUP merchandise. So, are you all ready? So, here we go. Wow, thank you so much for your amazing answers. So the first one to answer it correctly is Namisha. So Namisha, please reach out to us on our social media handle support@unstop.com to collect your amazing goodie and the merchandise. And now moving on, we are now ready with our next team. And for that, I would like to call upon Team KitKat from Xavier's Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar.
Hello everyone, we are Team KitKat and we welcome you to a journey into the future. A future powered by boundless potential of renewable energy. As we face the challenges of climate change, renewable energy stands as our beacon of hope. India has set a target to achieve 50% cumulative electric power installed by 2030 from renewables and achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2070. To reach this goal, we propose a solution where we can combine more than one renewable energy source for homes to self-sustain and produce electricity for themselves. So, here is our call to action. Let's embrace the potential of hybrid renewable energy. Imagine a setup where every home is its own power station. That's the dream we are talking about. So first up, solar power. Sun hits the panels, electricity happens. But hey, what about when sun takes a break? That's where biomass comes into play. It's like the night shift for energy, using agricultural leftovers and organic waste to keep the power flowing.
Now mash these two together and voila, the solar biomass hybrid system is here. It is not only consistent reliable power, but it is power obtained 24/7 even in places where the nearest cities feel like a myth. Hence it is perfect for powering villages where there is lack of access to electricity. The solar biomass hybrid system is not a magic trick, but it sure feels like it. Let's dive deeper into what the trick behind the magic actually is. As shown in the diagram, the solar rays hit a solar field or a solar concentrator where a hot thermal fluid is circulating. This thermal fluid then passes on to a steam generator which produces steam, which again runs a steam turbine which produces sufficient electrical power. The remaining fluid goes through a condenser and is pumped back to a biomass boiler which acts as a secondary source of power generation. The remaining fluid again goes back to a steam generator and cools down and is again pumped back to the solar field, hence providing a constant loop for power generation. Talking about scalability, about 65% of the country's population of India lives in rural areas where biomass feedstock is in abundance. This can not only help them power biomass generators but also produce their own electricity. Hybridization of solar thermal with biomass combustion complement each other both seasonally and diurnally to overcome their individual drawback and results in continuous and uniform power supply. Unlike fossil fuels, it produces little to no greenhouse gas emissions, and its main advantage is in costs. Currently, the per unit consumption of electricity is at 6 to 7 rupees per unit, but with the installation of a solar biomass hybrid plant, we can get this electricity as cheap as 3 to 4 rupees per unit. And what's more, each home can power themselves by producing their own electricity. So let's get on board and power up those dreams. It's a hybrid revolution and you are invited.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. We are Team KitKat from XIM Bhubaneswar and we will be presenting to you our idea which revolves around hybrid renewable energy system in electricity production. So let me run you through the background first. As we all know, combustion of fossil fuels for energy production releases vast amount of greenhouse gases contributing to global warming. In stark contrast, renewable energy sources offer a much cleaner and sustainable source of energy. We have solar, biomass, and wind energy, as you can see in the presentation. But the scope of expanding these are much higher, and only 50% of the uh, energy is produced through coal. I mean, 50% of the energy is produced through coal, but renewable energy has a lot of potential to step in. As the economy grows, the electricity consumption is projected to grow by 210% as compared to 2012. These leaves a huge potential for them. India has a GDP elasticity ratio of 0.8, thus 7% of the growth of energy supply will be required in India to grow by 8%, making it a solid key input. Now, about the solution, hybrid renewable energy combines two or more types of renewable energy together to produce a much flexible source of energy. My friend Dwej will be explaining you the model.
So as previously shown in the video, the model combines basically solar and biomass systems. So what the model basically does is that the sun hits a solar concentrator or a solar parabolic trough wherein the water pipelines pass through, which are glass insulated, wherein the solar uh, rays get reflected. The water then gets heated, gets converted into a hot thermal fluid, then thereby passing into a steam generator, which acts as a steam provider for the biomass boiler as well as for the steam turbine, and both of these energy sources combine to generate electricity. The main advantage of combining both these renewable sources of energy is that not only do we depend on one particular source of energy, but we are also combining biomass, which can help us generate electricity at night also. So in our primary research, what we did is that we studied a small village in Gujarat with an approximate population of 1200 with 196 houses. The per unit cost of electricity in kilowatt hour consumption of electricity was 185 kilowatt hours, and going by the current on grid rates, the cost is 7 rupees per unit. And what we've identified is that by installing this setup, which would cost around 20 to 22 lakhs of installation fees but would provide 20 years plus of sustainability, we would be able to reduce this per unit cost to rupees 3. Now, talking about the scalability, the potential for biomass boilers is huge, and it is also very important to understand that this project will not only work in rural areas but can also help in urban areas and gated communities. So, our target customers will not only be rural but also government, builders, and NGOs who can be sold the entire unit, and then we can also help in creating awareness and spreading more information.
Great, great, really innovative idea to
Thank you, sir.
integrate solar and biomass both. Though this is a well-known concept as an individual, right? But
Yeah,
combining, so this is called combinatorial innovation, correct?
yeah.
So we do it for our products also, uh, giving the multiple options, a combination of one or two properties to give a USP. So you're right. When sun is sleeping, what is to be done? So
Yes,
good solution. Only question is that I have: why
yes.
this could not be brought to this level or could not be scaled up in last 5 years? I'm asking only for the recency because
Yeah.
this has been in discussion in talks. The entire Europe or many countries are fully on renewable energy. In fact, Norway is on 98% or 95% is on the
Yes,
renewable energy, and they have been using these concepts across, right? The combination of solar and wind. We are seeing
yeah.
solar and biomass, correct? So a combinated idea, but why it has not been implemented so far?
Okay, sir, the
What do you think? What
major
has been the only reason? One primary reason?
sir, the main primary reason is the high cost of capital which the project involves, and basically in India there is still a chunk of population where there is no grid grids present. So this model somehow involves connecting to the grid as well, so that you can get electricity from both the sources. So in
So,
villages where
so now, sorry to interrupt,
yes, sir.
Divij. So you said the capex cost itself, capital,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And that's how it becomes. A farmer staying in the village perhaps would
hmm,
not like to put his money for
correct,
something where they are going to get returns in next 10 years or 20 years, right? And they don't
correct,
have that kind of visibility or that kind of capital or the capital efficiency. So you can borrow capital, but then the borrowing cost is too high for
correct.
them as they don't have much of the collaterals or any, uh, the banking system, how it operates.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
They are not the secured credits, correct?
yeah.
So in this environment, how this idea again would be implementable or
Okay,
scalable, because the capex cost still continues to be extremely high.
correct.
Sir, one of the solutions that we thought of, like we did come to this problem. One of the solutions we thought was government implementing this idea in rural areas. So basically, this can power a lot of houses. So if the government takes on the responsibility to implement this idea, and then ultimately in some way trade with farmers the biomass produce that they have in return for subsidized electricity costs, so maybe that way it can benefit the government as well as the farmers, and they'll be able to use this idea.
Okay, now let me put it other way. We are depending on the government, right? And then we gave an example of village where the people themselves, each and every house, will have their own self-reliance on the energy, correct?
Correct.
Why even the corporates or the industry
Hmm.
has been jumping on this idea?
Sir, because we have been observing that the current trends towards the ESG policies, all the companies are now very much focused on going green and taking up sustainability initiatives. And also, the government has been targeting in the recent COP 26 and 27 summits about achieving a lot of gigawatts of renewable energy by 2030. So all of our idea can be incorporated into the government's goal, which will in turn help us in achieving their support. And also we can create similar awareness on the urban residents who are somehow aware about this concept by since they are
Okay,
using
Dvij,
solar
or
rooftop.
just to help you, or the corporates, the big corporates, or the industrial people, they are looking at hydrogen fuel or something
Yes,
different, which is
correct.
much more efficient, though
Hmm.
greener, but yet much more efficient and effective.
Cost effective. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what? So we need to understand the problem statement.
Correct.
The solution has been there always
Yeah.
for almost now 5 to 10 years, for a decade almost, right?
Yes, sir.
I would have preferred a idea which is implementable at the grassroots level, and yet this is very very cost effective and efficient to make
Okay.
people adapt. The affordability
Okay.
part. Okay,
Okay.
great attempt. Thank you.
Thank you.
Over to you, Mr. Kalyan.
Thank you, Mr. Zoran. I think had a similar thing on the capex and the cost part of the power grid. Because individually both are winners, but it's bringing them together. Because I also had this feeling that it needs a if it's a large scale and the government need to get involved, right? What would be a key role that we would have to play there, right?
Correct.
Um, the idea is very, very good, but implementation and very high cost would actually be the barrier. I think we need a solution to actually break that through.
Okay,
So,
sir.
in case if you have any answers to it, you have thought about it, you have any answers on how this could be made?
Uh,
Sir, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, sir. So, as one thing that Swarna pointed out earlier about explaining since government is already in this pathway, we can take their support easily. The second thing we can do is that initially for a pilot project, we can this entire setup cost takes around 1,000 to 1,500 square meters of area. So we can select one particular area and with a one common installation, we can initially power 100 to 120 houses. And once each rural community gets a taste of how this actually works and how it is actually benefiting them, then we can go think about scalability and independently powering each house. And similarly, we can also onboard the builders who are currently building gated communities, as they are also looking towards building greener communities and greener societies. and they can also be one of our stakeholders. So this is how we plan to achieve revenue and achieve profitability and achieve a breakthrough for our product.
Have you worked on the cost in terms of overall on what it actually costs for getting into a, say, for an example, if since you're going direct, going
Yeah.
to a builder, have you worked on cost and what is the cost that's going to be they would incur rather than
Who
per
us?
unit cost? Yeah, overall as cost of installation and cost of doing this,
Yes,
right?
sir. The cost of
Both in a hybrid
actually,
version.
yeah. So, sir, if you see the slide, we have for the village, we have considered each and every house's average number of appliances. By that, we have calculated the total units that they need in a day. From that, we have derived the yearly requirements, and similarly, we have also looked at the panel design. How many panels do we need? Or if the sun, is working for 6 hours a day, then the remaining we need to get it done by biomass. And similarly, we have considered the operation cost of electricity as well. So if we see that with gasifier, the cost with is falling massively from 4.5 to 0.45, with a slight surge in labor cost due to the installation thing, but the overall maintenance cost is also less. Plus this project is not short, but it's long time. It will reap rewards for a period of 20 to 25 years. So this is a one time installation charge, but the return on investment is very huge. That is what we feel.
Yeah, it's quite substantial in terms of values, right?
Yes, sir.
That's a really great idea. Very good idea.
Yeah,
Only thing is now
yeah.
when you did the primary survey, as you are mentioning in a village, what was the response?
Sir, the basically, so first we approached the sarpanch and the gram panchayats in the village, and from there we were able to derive how many people are,
Approached means you
actively.
went there physically, you had a
Yes, sir.
discussion with him one
Yes,
to
sir.
one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Great, 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 great. So give me that experience, your first hand
Okay.
experience.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Please share
So
that.
actually, yeah, yes, sir. So, sir, we were working on this thing since a couple of months now, or a couple of years now, and so this has been a cumulative data collection. My college is in Bhubaneswar, but we stay in Gujarat. So whenever I go there, I try to take up this opportunity, and subsequently, we have been able to gather this data by talking to people, 20 to 30 people from that own particular locality. From that, we have been able to derive at an average estimate.
No, so
And
what was
what
their
we
initial response? What was their response? They are
Yes, sir. So what from what we talked with them, they were initially they were resistant about, they were not understanding what this concept actually I was asking them for. But when we explained them that their own agricultural waste is going to be utilized for powering their own houses, then this concept, made them think that, yes, this is something that is feasible or it can be implemented for us. Because in farming daily, many agricultural waste, cow dung, all of this is produced, which is anyways going to waste. So if they can utilize this waste in the biomass gasifier, then it is a win-win for them also. So when we talked about this aspect, then yes, we did receive a good response that uh, yes, if this can be piloted in our village, then we are feasible to do.
so any commitment from the sarpanch?
No such commitment, but we have just pitched him this idea, and he says that if we get support from other localities or other similar communities, or if the government itself can take up this initiative, then they are happy to go ahead with this. So this
Sir,
was just an idea that we put it to him.
So, but
sir, I would
Divij,
also like to say
can
that
you please extend that? Sorry, Swarna.
no, sir,
So,
continue.
so Divij,
Yes,
how do
sir.
you will make it happen? You met one sarpanch, he said other communities.
Hmm.
So,
So,
how you want
so
to
that
convert
is
this
one of
idea
the
into a drive? Yeah, that's
challenge
the
that
challenge
we.
everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
So.
that's what an entrepreneur does.
Hmm.
Otherwise, the ideas die on their own.
Yes, sir. So that is why we mentioned that through this idea and through their collective support also, we need to onboard the government, NGOs, and such agencies who will help us in spreading more awareness about this idea. So I think they would be much better to more easier to convince than convincing a whole village, because their presence is more felt there. So if we can get their support, then this idea can be implemented on a scale.
Understand you need influencer. Okay, fine. Yeah, so now you were saying something. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to add that we also want to look at the feasibility of making one unit for one house, or maybe for a duplex, some kind of units which can be sold at a feasible price. Currently, the price is coming around 3 lakh, which is not feasible for people, I understand, but we do want to look forward to a solution to make this available to everybody. That's it.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks, Mr. Kalyan. If you have any
Yeah,
questions,
yeah. I don't have. Yeah, I think good. Thank you so much, guys.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So thank you, Team KitKat, for a great presentation on an innovative way of production and use of hybrid renewable energy system for generating electricity. Now, moving on towards the last session, last part of today's competition, we now have the last team for the day. With this, I would like to call upon Team Hercules from Xavier School of Management, XLRI Jamshedpur.
Hello, Jody. I'm Utkarsh Balika from XLRA Jamshedpur. I was a swimmer in school, and my coach was one of the best swimmers I knew. He was even a member of the Madhya Pradesh Swimming Council. But despite his impressive swimming prowess, I witnessed a rare moment of vulnerability when he became the subject of jokes from our cricket coach, highlighting his struggles with English and administrative tasks. This scenario, unfortunately, echoes across India, finding its way into Bollywood movies, internet memes, and sadly, real life situations. Through an extensive primary research conducted via Google Forms survey and conversations with coaches at various levels, including school, district, and college coaches, a prevailing issue emerged. Indian athletes often lack essential soft skills. Recognizing this, coupled with the absence of a centralized discussion forum for sports enthusiasts, I propose the creation of the Bharatiya Coaching Forum. The discussion forum, open to all, will serve as a space for individuals to share achievements, post videos, and exchange insights on techniques. It will also facilitate requests for donations and sponsorships amongst fellow sports enthusiasts. The second component of the initiative is a learning experience platform, offering pre-recorded lectures and interactive quizzes covering a spectrum of soft skills. This includes skills like communication skills, both verbal and non-verbal, stress management, administrative skills, sports biomechanics, and preventive conditioning. A certification process will follow the completion of training. Recognition through certification could act as a lever for word of mouth promotion. Our marketing strategy is bifurcated based on cost incurred and targets all stakeholders in the sports ecosystem: coaches, athletes, and institutes. While strategies like SEO and BTL advertising are critical in the existence and survival stage, partnerships and tie-ups would be essential during the takeoff and resource maturity stage. Primarily, I focused on creating a low-cost sustainable solution with a profound social impact, fostering a supportive network that fortifies the entire sports ecosystem. Bharatiya Coaching Forum would help the local communities become self-sufficient in nurturing sports talent. Coaches stand to gain enhanced recognition within their communities, translating to increased clientele and higher revenue. Institutes, in turn, can leverage an additional platform to showcase their accomplishments. Lastly, by engaging in community networking, athletes gain access to a broader range of opportunities and potential financial support. Thank you. A successful idea hinges on two key factors: impact and scale. Having explored the potential impact on the community, let's delve into the numbers to gauge the scale. Projections indicate that the Indian sports training market will reach 52.4 billion by the decade's end. Even with a conservative target of 2% market share, we anticipate revenues surpassing 1 billion, showcasing significant potential. As internet and mobile usage continues to surge in India, the digital realm is poised for a sustained growth. The absence of direct competitors in the market enhances the attractiveness of this proposition. While we have previously discussed the potential synergy with the government initiatives, aligning with the Reliance brand is equally essential. Utilizing GeoCloud for hosting services, leveraging MVibe for content development, and tapping into the expansive audience of Reliance Foundation is pivotal.
The discussion forum will be free, while a nominal annual fee of rupees 200 will be charged for access to the LXP, Learning Experience Platform. Initial setup costs are minimal, totaling 50 lakh, especially when harnessing generative AI across the setup. The goal is to attain a minimum annual subscriber count of 5,000 to cover the expenses associated with marketing and maintenance for the following year, ensuring model sustainability. The entry to our platform will be through the discussion forum, which will attract a target segment of people who can be easily tapped into using the one time fee for lifetime access to our paid content. The major revenue during the takeoff in the business maturity stage will come from the offline training and partnerships. While our consumers and our coaches and athletes, we reach out to our customers, that is, institutes and organizations like the Madhya Pradesh Swimming Council, to promote the Bharatiya Coaching Forum within the community and join hands for the betterment of Indian sports ecosystem. This idea stems from a teacher and a student needing more support from society at large due to certain biases currently present. It is an endeavor to elevate India's future as a sporting nation and provide the involved individuals with the respect and recognition they deserve. This canvas gives you a comprehensive overview of the idea and the unique opportunities that come with it. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Kalyan, I would request you to please take this on.
Yeah, I'm actually still trying to get a little bit more on what Utkarsh was actually saying. Utkarsh, this is actually, if I get it right,
Utkarsh, but both of us had the same problem, you know.
yeah, because see, reading it as something which is available in a tech space, or we're looking at something to do with educational space, right? And we are seeing
Yeah,
that it is getting implemented into sport, right?
yes,
The module is very similar, and it's only an execution of the existing model, and it's a different channel of execution, right?
yes.
So I'm trying to actually seriously understand there can be an opportunity today, no, but I'm saying like what is new and what is innovative about it, no.
So the new and the innovative thing about this is that something like this does not exist right now. So what I mean by that is we do have some platforms like, let's say for example, Reddit. It has a lot of discussion forums as well. And as for training content, it can be found on various Facebook groups, YouTube, Coursera for that matter. But there is nothing which has been consolidated at one place. And the end goal for this is to make a ecosystem for sports that has everything in it. So this is just a stone to something much bigger.
Okay. So it's for me it's a yes and no, because there's it can be personal choices, it can be opinions, but it's also to say because we are all living with families where we have kids, where we actually put them into, whether if it's an online offline, you get to immediately try to tend towards an offline, and especially in sport, no, where it can be an added advantage in having an online experience, but typically otherwise you prefer an offline experience for a lot more things. There's reason for actually getting you into sport, right? So I'm trying to actually understand how is that going to benefit, is it a top up, or is it going to be a substitute? How are you looking at this?
So this I see this platform as a bridge between players who could be and did not be. So for example, I can be sharing my personal anecdote, as I know somebody who was daughter of somebody working in the mess, and we see that due to lack of sports skills, she was not selected during the interview round while her skills were fabulous. So I think this platform would give chance to a few more. To a millions more like her who do not have that soft skills, which are becoming more critical with every single passing day. And for that, I think the hard skills which can be acquired only through through practical means, but the soft skills can be imbibed through virtual learning. And if the entire world is moving forward, then why not the sports ecosystem?
Okay.
Okay, very futuristic idea, honestly.
Yeah.
Uh, Now, you are offering this solution to whom? To
So
the
this solution,
academies, the coaching academies which are already existent, or to an individual sports person?
for during the starting initial phases, I was thinking to establish this through a set of sporting institutions, as a networking effect would have to be would take place to get us into a virtuous cycle and make us a established player in this field. But going forward,
Okay,
when we'll
just
have
just stay
been
there. Just stay there. Just
yeah.
stay there, please. Why they'll adapt it? What is the need
So
for them to adapt it? Because they
uh,
have their own academy, they might be having their own modules, training modules, and nowadays every training academy or the every sports academy is taking help of technology. Correct? Not only in India, they are in fact showcasing the module which are being run in Australia for swimming purpose and all those things. They have the faculty guest lectures coming here, then showing them practically as well as through what you call e-modules and all. Why they will adapt to? Because there could be very specific uh, academies for particular support. So
but
why
when I
they
went
would? Yeah,
when
yeah.
I actually talked to a few coaches, and I visited some cricket academies nearby, so I got to know that still the primary focus is only on the hard skills, while nobody focuses on the soft skills. So I think there is a gap line which is being addressed by this. And as to why anybody would want to come onto this platform, definitely nobody would want to spend their time online for a course. So during the initial stages, this would have to be pushed on by the by state councils or the other city councils of respective sports, or either by the institutions. But once the cycle goes on, I think it is bound to be a big thing.
Utkarsh, just think about this. When everyone knows Sachin Tendulkar used to do 16 hours, 18 hours a day practice, net practice, and he'll go to the backyard and start playing on his own. So, do you think with this kind of example, people will get into this kind of coaching method?
I think, sir, it is more about when somebody who is not able to perform well due to their soft skills, when somebody realizes during an interview that they are not adept with it, that is when people realize that there is a gap. And this, rather than looking for a overall communication skills course, which would, or maybe some other soft skills course, I think this platform is specifically curated for those people. And there are
Okay.
still a lot of such people, which shows a very high market potential.
So you're talking of 360-degree development for a sports guy also. Okay,
Yes.
understood. Okay, great
Okay.
attempt. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Utkarsh.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
So thank you, Team Hercules, for the presentation on Bharatiya Coaching Forum. So stay tuned. Kudos to all the participating teams. Let me tell you, all you guys were absolutely stunning. The variety of innovative ideas showcased in this round is truly remarkable. Today's contest has certainly heightened the bar with a promise to make this journey even more intense in the coming days. As you know, the winners of today's elimination round will be stepping to our regional finale of TUP 9.0, where you will be battling against winners of our other elimination rounds. Now, to fuel your curiosity as to the winners and runner-ups for today's elimination round, the suspense will have to linger a bit longer. Rest assured, the results of today's elimination round will be declared on our social media handles very shortly. So keep those social media notifications active. As we conclude this round of competition, we would like to express our heartfelt appreciation to our jury members for their insightful questions on each of the ideas presented today. We thank our audience and the team for making this an interactive and exciting event with their futuristic ideas. All the best, everyone. You were just amazing. With that, this is me, Nitin Kadian, signing off for today. Keep following us on our social media handles and stay tuned for further updates. Stay abreast with all the exciting things going down on our social media platforms. We shall see you soon during our TUP 9.0 regional finale. Until then, Take care and have a very nice day. Thank you so much.